24 hours out, and I still can't believe that I saw that. I can't believe that this happened. I mean, we all know this dude. We know this dude. We know his deal. We know his look. So right about now, nothing about this guy should surprise any of us. But this dude, I mean, it shocked me. Damn near rattled me to my core. What am I talking about? The Hood, Bill Belichick. His look for his meeting with the press. You know what I'm talking about? That shirt he threw on with all the holes in it. Look, I know Bill Belichick is not exactly a clothes horse. I know that I'm never physically going to run into the Hood at David August's showroom like I might, say, Conor McGregor, who David dresses, or Tommy Lasorda, who I actually did see in the showroom a number of months back. I'm not saying that. Hell, in general, with a few exceptions, NFL coaches are not exactly famous for their sharp looks. Tom Landry ain't walking through that door with a coat and a fedora. I wish he were. Man, Hawk wishes he was. Hawk tweets about that crap. Tom Landry is not walking through that door in his coat and a fedora. I wish he would. I wish somebody would. In fact, can you imagine a head coach rocking a fedora on the sideline today? Hell, not even a head coach, but the Cowboys coach. Let's keep this thing consistent. You imagine Mike McCarthy rolling in with a fedora over his headset. Big dude could pull that off. Hell, it would get all of us to look away from that train wreck on the field that he calls a football team. But I digress. No. NFL coaches generally do not look sharp on the sideline. You know, maybe back in the day when Mike Ditka went with that sweater. Or Mike Nolan. Remember Mike Nolan? Mike Nolan had a really good look. You know the old saying, look good, feel good, coach good, get paid good. No, I did not make that up. I am grammatically sound. I don't speak like that. I'm just quoting somebody else. In any event, NFL coaches do not dress that sharply, except for the Hood. The Hood is in a totally different league. This is why he's glossed the hoodie. And dude really seems to revel in it. He seems to pride himself on being the worst dressed man in the world. He seems to pride himself on being the worst dressed man in the world. So if I'm talking about something he wore, you know how bad it must be. Like, why waste time on the obvious? You know, like, water is wet, ... The sky is blue, ... The Hood looks like a bum, ... Be a big waste of time. And again, the hell do I care about how somebody else dresses? It's a pointless exercise. Like, who really cares? Except those are the three words that Belichick must have said when he looked into the mirror before going to meet with the press. Who really cares? Because my man was not just wearing his typical sweatshirt. This was a sweatshirt with cut sleeves. I mean, of course, because Belichick is always inviting you to the gun show. But if he was also inviting you to a couple of other shows yesterday, and he had that ripped neck. He had numerous holes. He had no undershirt underneath. I mean, if going commando is when you aren't rolling with undergarments, then my man was going upstairs commando. He was this close to giving the world a nip slip. And you know nobody was rooting harder for that than Janet Jackson and Chael Jr. himself.
I don't even have big nipples. Like, let's be real.
Hey, whatever works for you, Chael. Whatever gets you through the night, Chael. Just keep telling yourself that, Chael. Anyway, Belichick's hair was all messed up. Looked like he'd just been in a brawl. Looked like he'd just been in a fight with fashion, and he got his ass kicked. Like if the High Sparrow from Game of Thrones suddenly landed an NFL head coaching gig, that's pretty much what that would look like. Belichick did not look like he was preparing for an NFL game. It looked like he was starting a cult or changing the oil on his car or both. I mean, did you see this guy yesterday? Does that look like the greatest NFL coach in league history? Does that look like a guy who's at the top of his game or a guy who's been living in the streets for the past 5 years? Like, I know he doesn't give a bleep about how he looks, and neither should anybody else, because all this guy does is get results. But at the same time, there's got to be some sort of standard, right? Some sort of standard, because he looks like he needs a wellness check, because my man does not look right. Listen, I know that his perverted, wealthy boss has essentially given this guy complete autonomy to do whatever the hell he wants in running the Pats. But I mean, Bob Kraft is a dude who dresses it up. Like, damn, Bill, I'm paying you like $10 million a year, right? Maybe you rep us with a shirt that has not been destroyed by moths. I'm not even saying he's got to go with that thing that Kraft does where he mismatches his collar with his dress shirt. I've got one of those in my closet that I always look at it and I never want to wear it because I just don't get it. And then every once in a while, I'll break it out here to see if any of you say anything. I've got one of those. That's all Kraft has. But even that's better than that moth-ridden shirt, moth-eaten shirt that Belichick was wearing. Hey, Hood, your motto is do your job, not don't have a job. Cliff Kingsbury would not dust his living room with that rag you're wearing, Bill. Yeah, and I know. Those of you who want to defend him are saying he's just sending a message. He's sending a message to his players, and the message is game week, go time. Yeah, why don't you save that? What player is going to see that horrible look and say, hell yes, lock it in, go time, look at coach? Like, I hate to drag Adam Gase again, and I don't want to make this all about him, and there is another take about him later on. But you know, Adam's eyes were bugging right out of his head when he saw that look from Belichick. And let me get in front of this right now. I know what you're thinking before you think it. That's how well I know you clones. Yes, he looks like he slept in his car. No, he is not without a home. He has made a lot of money over the years. I'm sure that he's not using day-old muffins as buzzers to play Family Feud. So that means I do not want to hear any of the following from you clones. War Belichick using 2 croissants as earmuffs. War Belichick using shrimp as a Bluetooth. Like, I know that sweatshirt is hideous, but there's no way that Belichick is spending time during game week hollowing out blocks of Swiss cheese in order to wear Crocs. He's definitely not rolling with a fortune cookie for his money clip. He's not using a pizza box as a briefcase. He's not using a slice of pizza as a necktie. Nor is he using a Tic Tac box as an iPhone 4 or an Etch-a-Sketch as an iPad. If he wants to review plays, he'll do it on a tablet. Morons. It's a terrible look. He should do something about it, but he won't. And it's probably only going to get worse. So we've got that going for us, which is pretty nice. I mean, that would have been less egregious if he just came in topless. Better to have no shirt on than wear that shirt. Like, if the Jets were a t-shirt, Bill is wearing it.
What difference does it make?
To you, none.